Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our multi-region call. So this is a call for Leanne Nicholas's region, Donna Evans's region, and Lindsay Ann Bryan's region. So welcome, everyone. Well done for being on, showing up on a Monday night. So really, really well done. Tonight, we're going to do a bit of training on your why, igniting your why, and then also Hattie, fantastic area manager in our team, executive area manager, sorry, is going to train on delayed gratification. So huge well done and welcome. Very quickly, first of all, I want to just say welcome to any new people as well, but also AAC, that's our UK conference. Please do register. So it's just going to be epic. Our UK conference would usually be in Birmingham, but of course it's going to be virtual this year. So, but you not only are you getting the UK conference, you're also getting Canada and Australia conference in the mix. They're all for £55. So register. And I just want to say to our teams as well, I'm not sure what Lindsay's doing, but to our team, there's going to be hubs around the UK. So if you're not sure whose house to go to, then drop a message on our WhatsApp group and we can let you know who will be the closest one to you. But it'll be really nice for that community spirit. Now, even if you are doing that, you do still need to register for AAC in order to get the new products that are coming out and to get discounts on them as well. So the new products, there's something big coming on September the 10th, which is just before AAC. So you do not want to miss that. And then yeah, Lindsay's popping in the chat that they're doing something similar by the looks as well. So the other thing I wanted to just say is speak to your upline about the offers that are on this month. I'm not going to go into it. I just want to say that. And there is an area and VP retreat for those who earn it if you become an area manager or a VP by November the 1st, I think it is. So go for it. Absolutely go for it. Time is ticking. That's what I wanted to say. So
Donna, you're muted, darling.
I wasn't muted the whole time, was I?
You just muted just after you mentioned AAC, and I don't know what you said after that.
Oh, no way. Did I talk about the hubs? You heard me say that? Yeah. What is going on? Did you hear me talk about the hub?
Yeah, got the hub.
Yeah. Cool.
After that.
Got it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to say is check with your upline on the offers that are on this month. I'm not going to go into detail on that because we're short on time, but also that there is a VP and AM retreat in December for those who get to area manager or region by November the 1st. So go for it. Time is ticking. You know, it's what you do now is going to show up in order for you to be at that retreat. And let's face it, it's going to be the only face-to-face thing that we've got going on in Arbonne all year, so why wouldn't you want to be there? Okay, so I want to just talk about your why, because I think sometimes we can really disconnect from our why, and it's so important because that is what's going to motivate you. It's great you're on the training course doing the personal development, daily method of operation and all that stuff, but it really is your why that will make you move. And so when was the last time you thought about that? When did you last write it down? When did you last think about it? Has your why changed? Mine certainly has. As life changes, our why changes. So I would encourage you to just reconnect with it and really dig deep on that and ask yourself, right, what is it that I want? And if you say, oh, well, I want more money so I can have more freedom in my life, what does that really mean? What does freedom look like? Does it mean waking up, being able to go to the gym, then go shopping, being with your kids? What is it for you? It's so important to really dig deep into what that is. So for those of you on the call, let's just say you might be new or you might have been in the business for a little while, but you're wanting to get to district manager. If you look at DM, that level is roughly about 500 quid a month, just an average. What does that mean to you? You know, saying, oh yeah, I'm a district manager, nobody really cares about titles. It's what does that mean? So if it is an extra £500 a month, what will that change in your life? How will that make you feel? It could be you want an extra £5,000 in a month. How will that make you feel? What will it bring into your life? What will it take out of your life? So just really connecting with your why is absolutely critical. digging deep. You know, it could be as little as I want to be able to buy organic food, or I want to buy handbags, whatever it is for you. It could be life changing. I want to quit my job. I want to go off traveling around the world. I want to retire my partner. What is it for you? And ask yourself, why did I say yes to Arbonne in the first place? You know, so many times we just carry on and we don't stay connected to that. But like I said, when you don't stay connected to your why, then the excuses are going to come in, because it's like, oh, I don't really feel like getting on a training call, or I haven't read a book for 3 weeks, but never mind. Well, you're saying never mind, my why doesn't matter. If you really have the value of what your why is and how it can change your life, you will do everything you need to in your Arbonne business to get it. So connect with it. And the other thing I want to say is, if you don't do this to achieve your why, what else is on the table? How else are you going to get that? Because a lot of people don't realize that until something happens in their life. You know, right now, a lot of people maybe not at work still, or their work has changed massively and they're wishing that they built this up sooner. So it's just thinking, you know, am I doing that? Am I working towards that every day? And my call to action on that really is just to write it down. I think what's good as well is to write down, what would my day look like? A day in the life of me who's achieved my why. What would that look like? You know, I get up. What do you eat? What are you looking at? Where are you living? What's your house like? Who are you with? What are you choosing to do all of that day, that evening? Are you on holiday? Those kind of things. What are your kids saying to you? How lucky, how grateful they are that they get such an incredible life because of what you decided to do in this business. So write down, reconnect, reignite with your why is the strong message for me. And now I'm going to hand over to Hattie, because Hattie is going to just explain to you why it's so important to connect with your why. Over to you, darling.
Hey everyone, my name's Hattie. I'm an executive area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne, and I'm really delighted to be training you all tonight. So my training is going to be about gratification in our businesses, and in particular delayed gratification. So I actually did this training a while back. I think it was my first ever training, so it was not the best, but it was actually when I just promoted to district manager for back last year in July. But it always comes up, and I just feel it's such a relevant topic in our businesses. So I will take you back to when I did first promote to district manager. I thought I was on an absolute roll. I had one person in my team and we were both on such a mission. And then about a week later, after I promoted, she quit. And I remember thinking, wow, it would be so easy for me to quit as well right now. But how often do we hear the saying, nothing worth having comes easy? And at the end of the day, we are never told that network marketing will be easy. It takes hard work, it takes effort, it takes grit, tenacity. This is a 3 to 5 year business model and not a get-rich scheme. So we hear that a lot. So some of you may know that I'm a university graduate. I studied developmental psychology at university, and I feel the reason why I am so driven in my business is obviously my strong why and my work ethic, but also my understanding of delayed gratification. So when it came to my dissertation, I studied the concept in depth, and I conducted an experiment on it, which I'm going to talk about in a moment as well. So defined, delayed gratification is the process we undergo when we resist the temptation of an immediate reward in preference for a later reward. So I'll just repeat that slowly, just in case anyone wants to write it down. So delayed gratification is the process we undergo when we resist the temptation of an immediate reward in preference for a later reward, So another thing that we hear all the time as well is the simplest advice ever: never quit. We all have so many setbacks in our businesses, but the trick is just to never give up and keep on going, because at the end of the day, what we want to achieve is our why, which Donna's just been talking about. That is, i.e., our long-term gratification. So studies show that delayed gratification is one of the most effective personal traits of successful people. People who learn how to manage their needs, to be satisfied in the moment, thrive more in their careers, in their relationships, health, finances, than people who do just give into it. So although obviously that's not the easiest skill to acquire, which is why it can sometimes seem impossible, making the effort to have discipline and manage your impulses will be what results in those bigger and better rewards in the future. So I don't know if anyone has ever heard of the marshmallow experiment. Obviously, if you were in Arbonne when I did this training last year, you will have. But I saw so many people doing it over summer with their kids. I saw so many people posting the videos on Facebook with their kids. I think, Lindsay, I think you even did it with your dogs over lockdown. And it's basically a study that was conducted originally in the 1960s, and it explains a lot about why it's so beneficial to delay gratification. So when I did my dissertation, I actually recreated the study with reception children. So that's age 4 and 5. It was very, very funny. Obviously I had to delete the videos and everything. But what I basically did was I left children in a room with one marshmallow on a plate. If you're not familiar with it, you leave children in a room with one marshmallow on a plate, and then you give the children a really easy instruction. You basically just say, you can have the marshmallow now, or if you wait 10 minutes until I'm back, then I'll give you 2 marshmallows. So let me just quickly show you a short video because it's quite funny, and it just shows how it all works. So give me a thumbs up if you can see that.
Okay, sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. Either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another one, so then you'll have 2. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. Do something and then I'll come back. It's really good. You can have it now or you can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. How'd you do? Did you do good? You did? You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you to give you another one? Okay, now you can have both. You need them.
Very funny. There were some very, very funny videos when I did it. Sorry, just getting that back up. So yeah, so basically, long story short, the study found that the children who were able to wait for the second marshmallow without eating the first one scored higher on standardised maths and English tests, they had better health, they were less likely to have behavioural problems, and they even had more successful jobs 10, 20 years down the line. So consider the results of the study. Obviously, none of us are 5-year-olds, and otherwise we wouldn't be here. But think about yourself and your actions. Obviously, I'm not telling anyone off, by the way, here. But are you able to wait for things you really want, even if it involves sacrificing pleasure and satisfaction now? Do you make decisions based on your life purpose or on what feels good now? Do you sometimes give up too soon? Can you think of a time when you accomplished a difficult task? How did it make you feel about yourself? What were the results of waiting? We are obviously living in a society now where instant pleasure and band-aid solutions are readily available. For example, think about credit cards, fast food restaurants, drugs, medication, 5G data, online shopping. Obviously, we know that the benefits of that are brilliant. But basically, whatever we want and whatever we need right now, we can get it. So people are much less likely to work for something because they're used to getting that instantaneous pleasure. So the way I see it is there are two paths that we can take in any given situation. So one is the path of avoiding pain in that moment, i.e. the instant gratification. So that's procrastinating or avoiding prospecting people who we're scared to prospect for whatever reason they're on our chicken list. Making excuses, not doing the personal development, giving up, quitting is obviously there. And the other more difficult road of delaying instant pleasure for a greater reward in the future, which is obviously our delayed gratification, is being consistent in the one-to-ones and the follow-ups, going to the events, showing up on trainings, even though it might not be convenient at the time, plugging in, doing the do, getting out of our comfort zones. So you can obviously liken this behaviour to all of us in our Arbonne businesses, and I'm sure, but when we forget the value in taking the more difficult path, or for example, we have setbacks like people quitting our teams, or we get a no, or we say it's really time consuming or expensive to buy the product, this is when we're most likely to give up. So a really good example, someone that you probably all know, is Sarah Dunning. If you're new and you haven't heard of her yet, she's an EVANS in Arbonne, and she started her business basically with no confidence, no time, no skills, but she saw the power of network marketing and what it could bring to her life, i.e. her gratification. And although she did 154, I think it was, one-to-ones, and she had 154 no's over a whole year, but she remained consistent. She kept plugging in, she kept getting out of her comfort zone, doing the do, doing the personal development. And eventually she started to obviously get some yeses, and she is now the UK's top income earner in Arbonne. So imagine if she had quit after that first year. So I'm just going to conclude the training with a few top tips on how I believe you can master the habit of delaying gratification. So obviously, exactly what Donna said, what is your why? What are your goals? It's vital to ensure that you have really clearly defined goals. What is it that you want to achieve exactly? Having a clear understanding of why you're doing Arbonne and what you want long term is obviously going to really help you to make a choice in delaying the gratification, which in turn helps you to reach your why, reach your goals. If you're not connected to your why, then I would highly suggest writing it down every single morning. I know that really helped me, and really connecting with it. Maybe when you do Miracle Morning, it's also really beneficial to make a plan on how you're going to get where you want to be as well. So obviously no entrepreneurs just wing it. The second thing is, don't be scared of failure. You can't even fail at Arbonne, but also the reason why successful people are where they are is because they have failed many times and just never given up. They've always just got back up. For example, obviously most of you know J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter was actually rejected 12 times before publishers finally published it, before someone finally published it. I'm really not a fan of KFC, but Colonel Sanders, his KFC, his Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe was rejected by over 1,000 people. So it's just doing the do, keeping on going. And I'd recommend, so most of you know, I'm a huge fan of podcasts, and there's one that I really love, and it's called How to Fail. I listen to it on Spotify, but I imagine it's on everything. It's called How to Fail by Elizabeth Day, and I just absolutely love it. She gets quite a lot of well-known people on there as well. The third thing is visualization. So another thing that I do is obviously visualize. I struggled a lot with that in the beginning, but I think it's something that is so important. So I personally use like a vision board. You can also get loads of like guided meditations and stuff on YouTube that really help you to get into that and feel that and visualize. And then gratitude. So it turns out that obviously being more grateful can lead you to value your future options more. So researchers have correlated the emotion of gratitude with a person's tendency to prefer waiting longer for better rewards. And that's so true, isn't it? Because think about law of attraction. The more grateful we are for where we are and what we have, the more abundance we're just going to magnetize. So that's pretty much everything from me. I'll just leave you on a quote that I love, and that is, the day you plant the seeds is not the day you eat the fruit. Back to you, Donna.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, lovely. I love that. I love that. And yeah, just remember everyone that what you do now, I know, isn't she amazing? Like when you did that as a DM, it was brilliant then, but now the growth in you is insane. But yeah, it is. We are planting seeds with people, and so the latest person to join my team through LinkedIn, Jasmine, she may not be on the call because she's Australian based, but it was over a year of just speaking to her, tuning in, checking in, etc. So it is just knowing things will pay off. You just need to stay consistent, pleasantly persistent, and just know that it will all come to you in some shape or form. It will. It may not come in the way that you expect it to. So massive well done. Thank you so much, Hattie. And yeah, plant, cultivate, absolutely, and harvest. That's what we do, literally. So, oops, I don't know why I've managed to open up my other Zoom there. Sorry about that. Technology is just going nuts for me today. So, I'm now videoing myself. Anyway, what I want to do is just tell you, the next call is by National Vice Presidents, who you definitely do not want to miss. And it's all on influence as well. So jump on the next call. You've now got time to grab yourself a cup of tea. Thank you so much, Hattie, and well done everyone for joining. Have an amazing rest of the month. We've got 2 weeks left, so just go for it. You know, don't be in that category of like, oh, I'll wait till next month. Just go for it and smash out this month. Lots of love, everyone. Bye.